I've come a long way in my skin journey, and although I'm not going to claim that I have magnificently perfect skin or anything, I'm happy with it and I'm proud of where I'm at now. I used to deal with painful cystic acne back in the day, especially in the chin area, and I just did not have the healthiest skin. But that was before I knew all the things that I know now. So in today's video, I'm going to share all of my best tips on how to have healthy, flawless skin and how to truly glow naturally and holistically. Hello friends, welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Jillz and I help women step into their power, tap into their divine feminine, and become their best selves. So if that's something you want to do, you should subscribe and stick around. So in this video, first we're going to talk about acne because I feel like that is a lot of people's biggest problem. It was definitely mine, and all the things that I learned to help heal acne naturally. And then I'm just going to talk about more general ways to get your pretty face glowing a little bit more, looking a little bit more radiant, maybe a little bit more snatched. And just to preface, these are all holistic, natural-based tips, as that is what I'm all about. I haven't had any Botox or filler or taken Accutane or anything like that. Not that I think that those things are bad or that I judge other people for them. It's just that's not where my experience is coming from. Again, I'm not a skincare or beauty expert, but these tips have positively impacted my life and the way that I look. But before I dive into this video, I do have to give a special shout out to Dime Beauty for sponsoring this video and supporting this community. I'm a huge fan of Dime Beauty because they make non-toxic skin and body care products as well as beauty products that are effective and affordable. It's not easy to find good, high quality, but also clean personal care products, but that's what Dime Beauty is all about. They don't use any harsh chemicals and they're also vegan and cruelty-free. There's a few products that I have been loving lately and I want to share them with you guys, and they will be in a link down in the description box. But the first one is this Hyper Glow Serum, which is a vitamin C based serum that helps your skin glow. There's antioxidants in there to help defend against free radical damage, and it also helps to reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. And then another serum, the Hyaluronic Acid Serum, this really helps to hydrate and lock in moisture to the skin and make the skin a little bit plumper. I love both of these oils and my skin is quite sensitive, but it has done really well with these two products. Now I am obsessed with this Whipped Body Exfoliator. I love to use this in the shower and it just makes your skin feel so good. It feels like such a luxurious product and you just come out of the shower feeling like $1,000,000. It gets all those dead skin cells off and it's strong enough to really make an impact, but yet gentle enough where it's not going to damage your skin. And lastly, I've talked about this product before, but it's probably my favorite thing that Dime Beauty has, and that is their non-toxic perfumes. I have 3 different scents. I'm obsessed with them all, and I always get compliments wearing them. It is not easy to find good non-toxic perfumes, but Dime Beauty nails it. And so if you're looking to possibly get one, they actually have a perfume sample kit, so I would recommend getting that first. So I have a discount code for you guys. You can use my code Jillz20 to get 20% off your order, and I definitely recommend checking them out. Again, there will be a link in the description box, and that link should automatically apply that discount. Thank you, Dime Beauty, and let's get into the video. So let's talk about acne and blemishes and all of that fun stuff. So while topical products can be incredibly beneficial and useful for cleansing your skin, hydrating your skin, nourishing your skin, giving nutrients to your skin, protecting your skin, all of that kind of stuff, what I've learned, especially with acne, is that the root cause of skin imbalances almost always comes from within. No topical product is just going to magically cure your skin problems completely if it comes from an internal imbalance, right? Like, it's not getting to the root cause of the problem. You're not actually addressing the imbalance in the body. So I always had acne here and there. It wasn't terrible, but then I developed cystic acne in I think it was my senior year of college, and I had it for probably 2 years, and I did get rid of it. I'll tell you how I did that in a second, but I didn't take care of myself very well. I was not eating healthy. I was eating a lot of processed junky food. I wasn't cooking a lot. I was ordering a lot of takeout and eating out a lot. And one of the best things that I did for my skin was I finally started taking care of myself and I started changing what I ate. I started finally learning how to cook for myself. And this was not just some magical overnight switch on my skin. It didn't just make every single blemish and zit go away. It was a process. It took quite a while. It took longer than a lot of people that I've talked to. But after maybe around 6 months of really trying to take care of myself, eat a lot cleaner and healthier and just more natural based foods, my acne got better. Sometimes the reason that we get acne just comes down to the food that we eat, whether we're just straight up eating crappy food or we're eating food that just doesn't agree with us. And it could be a normally healthy food, but that doesn't mean that it agrees with your body. Like for example, if I eat a lot of nuts like almonds and cashews and macadamia nuts, all that kind of stuff, if I eat a lot of it, I will get cystic acne from it. A lot of people say that almonds and cashews and all those things are healthy. It's a great snack. But for me, I break out. I can have a tiny bit here and there and that's fine, but I can't have a lot or I always suffer the consequences. So first, when it comes to acne, you need to make sure that you are eating foods that actually nourish your body, nourish your specific body, keeping things natural as possible and cooking at home as much as you can. Now that helped clear my skin quite a bit in and of itself, just changing my diet and having a healthier lifestyle, but it didn't solve the issue completely. And that's because I still had an underlying imbalance in my body. So I went to go see someone who's a holistic practitioner and does all this energy work and stuff. And I personally love all that kind of stuff. And he told me that the reason why I was still having some gut problems, like some gut imbalances in my gut and some hormonal problems, both of which were causing me some little acne bumps and stuff. He said that I had heavy metals in my body. I was kind of surprised, but he gave me a supplement every day to get rid of it. And what do you know, 3 months later, the rest of my acne completely went away and never came back. And that just goes to show that it's not always just about if you're living a healthy lifestyle or not. And that's what I think a lot of people get confused about. Just because you're eating healthy and getting good sleep, it doesn't mean that your body is fully healthy. I needed extra support and extra supplementation just for a little bit. It was only like 3 months to get my body in balance again. And that's what makes acne so difficult and so annoying, because it is caused by a deeper imbalance in the body. It's not always that easy to figure out. Sometimes it's quick, sometimes it's just the food you're eating, sometimes it's deeper. And sometimes those deeper problems require further support. I'm not here to give medical advice in this video at all. This is just what personally helped me. Now, like I said, I struggled with cystic acne when I was 21, 22, 23, that sort of age. And I was desperate to find a solution. And I learned about this herb called Vitex or chaste berry. And it is a very powerful herb that helps with hormonal balance and fertility, and also helps with hormonal acne or cystic acne. Now, I was young and ignorant at the time, so I just ordered some of this herb from Amazon and started taking it on my own. I don't recommend doing that. You should talk to someone first, like a doctor or a practitioner or something. But many women who have struggled with cystic acne have gotten a lot of benefit from this one single herb. But again, it is powerful and you should talk to someone before just taking it. It could even potentially interfere with birth control pills and things like that. So you really want to do your research on that. But I wanted to talk about this herb specifically because it can really help with acne related to hormonal imbalances and like the chin area and all of that. I kid you not, I took this herb and 2 days later, my cystic acne was gone and it never came back. Again, this is not medical advice and I don't think this is something that you should be taking long term. I think it's more of like a short-term herb to kind of get a handle on it and help support your hormones in the short term, but it is very powerful and something to look into. I would also recommend looking into and learning the Chinese face map thing. In Chinese medicine, where the acne is on your face or your body can show imbalances in certain organs. So for example, the chin area is a big reproductive area. And so if you're having a lot of acne on your chin, that's oftentimes because of hormonal issues. Now, it's not going to just magically fix your problem, but it can help lead you in the right direction. Now, also according to Chinese medicine, having too much heat in the body can lead to acne. And there are certain foods which are warming foods, energetically warming foods, and certain foods that are energetically cooling foods. So warming foods are things like chicken, right? We think of chicken soup when we get sick. We want warming foods. But according to Chinese medicine, eating too many warming foods can cause too much heat in the body and can cause acne. acne. And you can actually lower that heat in the body by eating cooler foods, which are foods more like raw veggies and strawberries and bananas. And I noticed for myself personally that when I eat an abundance of energetically warming foods, I can start to get some blemishes here and there. So I'll find an article that lists like energetically warming foods, energetically cooling foods, so you can look into it, because this has helped my skin a little bit. And if I notice my skin ever flaring up at all, if I stick to more cooling foods for a little bit, it can really help. Now, like I said in the beginning, topical products are not going to cure those underlying imbalances in the body, right? But they can help support you. And I think it is really important to find the right topical products for your skin. And what I mean is that even though a product might be super great, it might not agree with your skin. So you need to be very aware and see how your skin reacts to certain products. For me, my skin has always loved a more simple skincare routine, but you have to find the right products that work for you. And this takes some trial and error. Now, some of you might believe this, some of you might not, but I'm a believer that there can actually be emotional reasons for acne as well. And sometimes we can develop acne, not just when we're stressed, although definitely when we're stressed and that cortisol spikes, we can get acne, but also if maybe we have a fear of being seen, or if you don't accept yourself, you don't like yourself, you don't love yourself, or if you feel embarrassed of yourself for some reason, or ashamed of yourself for some reason. Or yes, if you're just experiencing anxiety, stress, or fear, then that can result in acne. But I think that our emotional states and our emotional feelings, how we feel toward ourselves and what we're working through, can affect our physical body. So that's just something to think about. Now, also, if you understand energy and the law of attraction and all of that, you know that what you focus on grows. And sometimes when we have acne and we hate our acne, sometimes it is so hard for us to focus or see anything in the mirror but our acne. And we focus on our acne and our blemishes so much. We're picking at our face in the mirror every night for 10 minutes, and we're constantly looking at mirrors wherever we can find them to see what we look like. But what you focus on grows. And if you want your acne to get better, it won't get better by analyzing your face and every single zit on your face every night. I know this is really hard, but if you want your acne to get better, try not to overly focus on it so much. And actually, when I was struggling with my acne back in the day, something that I did, which sounds really stupid and insecure, but actually really helped me, is that I would cover up my acne with makeup, even when I was just at home by myself. Maybe not every single time, but a lot of the times, not because I felt like I needed to look prettier or anything like that. It was solely because it helped me take my attention off of my acne. Because when it was covered up, I just didn't focus on it as much because I didn't see it as strongly in the mirror. I was trying to get my mind to think like, oh, I don't actually have that much acne. Is that a little strange? Probably, but it helped me take my attention off of it. And it helped me put my attention on other things, more productive things, more positive things. Now, I know when it comes to acne that all of this can get overwhelming. There are so many possible reasons for the acne coming up on our face. And that's what makes this so difficult. But if you're looking to have clear skin, the things that I would start with are, one, eating better and just cleaner, less processed food, all of that kind of stuff, living a healthier lifestyle, cooking more for yourself. And then also really becoming an observer of your life, the things that you eat, the things that you feel, the products that you put on your skin, and see how your skin reacts. It's not easy and it's not overnight, but if you can start picking up on those patterns and learning how to nourish yourself from the inside out, then your skin will improve. Now, next tip might not be that mind-blowing, but that is regularly exfoliating your face. That's what gets all that dead stuff off there and helps you glow and have more of that youthful appearance. Now, everyone's skin is different, so you have to find the right product for you. Some people's skins are really sensitive and they probably can only use an enzyme exfoliator, which is a lot more gentle of an exfoliator, but just find what works for you. I will also say that regularly exfoliating helped with my acne a little bit as well. Now, I have a wonderful esthetician and she is very non-toxic, super holistic and natural, and I love her. And she's super into Chinese medicine. And I asked her, what's the best thing that we can be doing in like our 20s and our 30s to have healthy looking skin and to age gracefully? And she said to be exfoliating regularly. She said exfoliating was basically taking an eraser to any little fine lines or wrinkles that you had, and that if you don't exfoliate regularly, then what you're doing is kind of cementing those fine lines and wrinkles into your skin. And let me tell you, her skin is unbelievable. Now, you can definitely overdo exfoliation and damage your skin. I can usually just tell when I need it by the way that my skin feels. Now, this next tip is super interesting, and this is actually a newer tip that I learned recently to really help your face glow, but also look a little bit more snatched. So most of you have probably heard of the term fascia, but if you haven't, fascia is the thin connective tissue that supports the structure of your body and your organs. It's really important. And a lot of people know that supporting the fascia throughout your body can help support your body and your muscles and all that. We also have fascia in our face and our head too, and the state of our fascia can affect the way that we look and like whether you have that snatched look or not. Now, there is a girl on TikTok, and this is how I learned about it. I'm trying to find her. I will put a video of hers up here. Her name is Anastasia Beauty Fascia on TikTok. And she basically talks about how she changed the look of her face by doing different facial massages, strategic facial massages. She talks about like how you can get more defined cheekbones and lifted eyes and all those kind of things. I honestly think this is going to be something that becomes really popular in the future. It's already been popularized a little bit with like gua sha and things like that, but I think this specific form of like facial massage to get a more defined look is going to become really popular. And I haven't done this consistently. This is something that I learned recently, and I just do it here and there. But even when I just do certain specific facial massages here and there, I do feel like my face looks a little bit more lifted and has a little bit more of like a glow to it, and like it just looks a little bit better. I really encourage you to check her account out. I will link it below in the description box. I don't know her or anything. I just found her randomly one day on TikTok. It's just that so often when we want our face to look good and we want it to look nice, we will automatically feel like we have to do Botox or filler or all those things. But I think that there are a lot of other natural options that can actually be incredibly powerful. And gua sha is great in general, just for help sculpting the face and help to support the lymphatic system in the face as well, to help like reduce that puffiness and all that. Now, next tip, and this is something that I actually noticed with myself. So when I started my whole holistic journey, changing my lifestyle and all that, the way I was eating was that I was eating a lot of, you know, like fruits and veggies and things like that. And I was eating protein and eating meat, but just not a very large amount of it. It was pretty small. But after eating like that for a few years, I started to crave more protein. And my body doesn't do well on plant protein, like lentils and all that kind of stuff. It just really doesn't make me feel good. So in general, that's been more animal protein. And after about 6 months or so of eating more animal protein in my diet, I noticed that my face started to look a little bit more plump, a little bit more youthful, and even my lips looked a tiny bit plumper as well. And I looked it up, and apparently this is an experience that other people have as well, and I would assume that it's because of collagen, since there tends to be a good amount of collagen in animal protein. But this really did help to give my skin a little bit more vibrant of an appearance. So of course you could eat more protein, or there are also a ton of collagen supplements out there as well. I've never really taken collagen supplements regularly. I have off and on, but the nutrients that we get from our food and our supplements can really affect the vitality of our face. And again, it's not overnight. It's not like you start taking some collagen and then 2 days later you're like, wow, what a glow. But over the long term, getting the right nutrients will benefit the way that you look. Now, next tip, I'm also a big believer that stress or an unfulfilling life can really affect our radiance. Living a life that you do not enjoy will eventually start to take the life out of your face. Whether you're living with spiked cortisol all the time, or maybe you're living in your masculine energy all the time when you are naturally a feminine energy being, or maybe you work a job that completely sucks the soul out of your body. I am a big believer that this will affect the way that you look. When people are happy and doing things that they care about and live their life in purpose and in alignment, when they have good people in their life, good community, when they feel supported, when they're positive and trust the universe, they glow differently. This is just a fact. They just do, both physically and energetically. The energy that you feel in your body will show up in your face. The happier you are and the more you live your life in alignment, the more beautiful you look. And even there was this one lady I saw that was in her 80s, and she had this beautiful long gray hair, and she was extremely like flexible and strong still, because I saw her at the gym. And even though obviously you could tell that she was older, she was beautiful and she just glowed, and even her skin just glowed. And you could tell that she was living a life of purpose and positivity and alignment, that she took care of herself and that she enjoyed taking care of herself. Happy people glow differently. Now, another trick to have more radiant skin is to incorporate more facial ice baths. So in the winter, I can just use the cold water from the sink and it's cold enough where it'll really brighten up my skin and reduce some of the swelling that we get overnight. But when it's not freezing outside, one way to do this is to get like a big bowl from your kitchen, put a bunch of ice in it and then some water, and stick your face in it. And just basically do this off and on while you take some breaths for about 2 minutes. And this will brighten your appearance and reduce any sort of swelling. This is just a quick little tip, but this is something that I do sometimes just to look a little extra alive that day. Now, the last tip is actually not a skincare tip at all, but this is something that we can do to help our skin glow, or at least give it the appearance that it is glowing and a little bit more clear. So certain colors of clothes and certain tones of clothes can really affect the look of your face and your skin. Certain colors can enhance your appearance and certain colors can take away from your appearance. Now, I'm someone, I have a bit more of like a pale, cooler undertone, and so my skin tends to look better in clothes that are a little bit more cool toned, and that tends to make my skin and my face a little bit more bright and clear and even. Whereas if I wear clothes that are much more warmer toned, it kind of fights with it and it kind of brings out more redness in my face, and it just doesn't look as good. Like, it's not something that you'll notice right away, but you'll feel like something is a little bit off. So certain colors that you wear can either enhance the beauty of your natural skin tone, or certain colors can fight with it and make it appear worse than it actually is. So I think learning about your undertones and learning about what color season you are can be really beneficial, not just for looking better in general, but also for making your skin look better. Now, I'm definitely more of like a cooler undertone. I'm not sure if I'm a summer or winter. I think I'm a summer, but I think I'm kind of something in between. So while this has nothing to do with skin per se, this is an easy hack that we can start doing to make us glow a little bit more. This is something that I've been kind of focusing on over the past year or two, just slowly transitioning my closet to clothes that actually really align with my body and my skin tone. And I really do think it makes a big difference in the way that you are presented. So that is it. I hope you got value out of the tips that I shared. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to know. And if you can't tell, it is Piper's dinner time, and that's why she's been a little bit anxious, and I'm gonna go feed her. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time in my next video, or maybe check out this video right here. You'll probably really like it if you liked this video. But besides that, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.